Hi people, this is Nettie again. Don't look at my white hair, please. I wasn't able to paint my hair. Well, since everybody knows I broke my leg, I still can't get into the shower like such, but and you know that even though I wash my hair, I cannot wash it in the shower where you get lots of water because, you're messing with chemicals. It's not the same thing as showering it with just soap and water. So anyway, I know I look, ugh, but I wanted to do this for Leanne. She tagged me. I got shocked. I never been tagged before. I got scared. I couldn't get my camera to work. My batteries went off yesterday, and I was going like, "Oh, what I do?" Okay, I got a few minutes before my husband comes with the groceries, and then we have to put out the groceries and all this. And I live a hectic life. Oh my God! No wonder when I go to sleep, I'm knocked out. But anyways, I want to do this for a minute. And Leanne responded to your tag. Okay, question number one. Have you ever done something that you didn't want to do, but you did it because it was right thing to do? Yep. My mother, me and my mother, we grew up. I grew up with my mother in the States, in New York. Um, I used to, when she would go to work, I would cook, clean. I used to love making her coffee. So when she would come home from work, from a hard day's work, she could just relax, and I could just, serve her the food, have her coffee and everything, and how you call it, and make her happy. In other words, but what happened when the boiler went down, and there was no heating system, and the water was frozen? I would freak out. I said, I don't want to do it. I want to stay in bed. Um, how you call it? I just didn't want to do it. Really didn't because, excuse me, because I was like frozen. That's the right word, frozen. So what happens? I would lay back in bed and then I would say, "Damn, that's not fair. She has a hard day at work. She got to come home in that snowstorm, and I'm over here just being so selfish and thinking about myself. Dad, Nettie, you're a bad girl." It made me feel so guilty that I would get up and do what I had to do. And when my mother would come home, she would see everything was done. Wasn't that nice? Well, it was nice. Um, I still have a problem here in Puerto Rico when it gets chilly days, like in December, January, February. It's chilly. It's not really frozen. I still get that feeling because I have a problem that when I get real cold, I my system shuts down. It just wants to get into bed. I get sleepy. I could be watching TV and my head is just knocking down because I'm getting sleepy. Everything. I don't know why that cold weather does this thing to me, but that's how I work. So I do. I did do that. Okay, the second one. Have you ever gone on the internet when you were sick? Yep. I'm always doing it. Even when I had my broken leg, the same day I came from the hospital, I was with all that pain and everything. I went into the internet and see, my YouTube channel, who wrote, who didn't write, and it was hard, but I still tried because I liked it. I like answering my people and everything, and I would take a pill for the pain. Then I would be writing, and I would just fall asleep there. My husband would come quietly, shut off, close up the computer, and let me sleep. I would wake up and say, "Wait a minute, I was answering some letters." I would go right back again. I would fall right back asleep. But I used to do it. I don't know why. I could be just sick. The other day I had a terrible headache, and I still went into there. And when I was in the hospital, I wanted my computer in the hospital, but I couldn't get no signs of internet because I was a far distance. The range was far. But I still took a couple of videos. I have a lot of games in there. I had put a lot of games because I was constantly in the hospital, so I had put a lot of games in there. And I would play my games. I would watch my movies over and over, whatever. And it took away the idea of renting a TV that is $8. I think it was. I think now it's $9 a day. Ooh, very heavy. So, I didn't want my family to do that waste. So I just play with my computer. Okay, so coffee, brewed, dripped, um, percolate, pressed, instant. I would say brewed. That's my favorite, brewed. I drink coffee every day. Right now, I have the coffee pot on, but I'm waiting for my husband to come so I could just press the button and we could drink coffee together. So, yes, brewed. And I also like tea. Those are my two favorite: coffee, tea. I also like instant, but not as much. But I will drink it if there's nothing else. I'll take it very light. I don't put too much instant coffee on there, but I will drink it. You know. Question number 4: Do you do you read gossip magazine that sells at grocery stores and drugstores? Nope. I don't like the gossiping thing. I usually don't even buy magazine. I don't like vanity type of magazine. These, oh yeah, how gorgeous and beautiful I am type of thing. I don't like none of that. Mostly what I like is home decoration, plants, things like that. But I'm not a person who likes to read too much. I don't know how I know how to read and write, but I don't. I know how to read both language and write both language, Spanish and English, but I don't read that much. I should, but I don't. I don't remember the last time I took a book in my hand. Besides the Bible, of course. And how you call it? I don't really care for gossip. They gave a gossip movie video here. Excuse me, it's just that I'm catching a cold. My nose is like itchy. They gave a gossip thing here. They call it Dando Candela. Translation: putting up the heat or something like that. I don't know, but it's a gossip thing. They talk about the actors and the politician people and every gossip that they could catch on them. They go on Twitters just to see what kind of gossip is in there. I'm not interested in none of that. So after the news is off and they come in, I shut it off. I go into my internet. That's a local Spanish program. I don't like the gossipy thing. So, no, don't. Okay. 5. Were you a bad girl or boy? Oh, God. I don't know if I should go into my Fifth Amendment, the grounds I might incriminate myself. Okay, I wasn't a bad person, like I would steal or get drugs or none of that. But I have a bad habit of bothering people. How you call it? We, like for instance, there's a person who moved new. He was a new person. He tried to like win us over, the new people in the neighborhood and this and that. He was alcoholic, and he was always with a beer. Me and my friend, we got the idea. Yeah, why not? We always used to say no. And he was over there, man, you want me to buy you a soda? You want me to? So I said, yeah, we didn't know the guy, so we didn't know where he was coming from. But at the end, we found out he was a family type man. He didn't mean nothing by it. So I told him, okay. But we had a trick. While he went, I said, oh, leave your beer there. I'll watch it for you. So you don't have to be walking around with a beer. So he left it there. We shook it because it was closed. We started shaking it, shaking it. I shook it for a while. I got tired because he took so long. Probably he's still talking to somebody. So I shook it. Then I gave it to my friend to shake it. Then I would shake it. She would shake it. And we were doing all these things. He comes back and we over there, oh, thank you, mister. And oh, sweet and everything. He opens his beer. Plah! All that stuff went all over his face. We try to like act surprised. We try to like hold our laughter, and we were there. My God, they gave you a shaked beer. How dare they? Well, we try to play it over. He said, "You sure you didn't shake?" I said, "No, no, we didn't. We swear we didn't do nothing like that." But time passed by, and as we got to become good friends, he tells us, "You know what? You always said you and your friend that you never did it, but I know you girls did it. But it's okay, it's chill." So anyway, that's the other part. That's part of some of the things I used to do. Have you ever steamed open a letter, a mail? Someone else's mail. No, I hate steaming. I try to do it too because my husband bought some, how you call it, some envelopes. They were all stuck together, and I tried to steam it. I said, "Ah, heck, I just open it, try to open it as best as I could with my nails. I don't like steaming, not my own letter, not nobody else's letter. Well, that's all for today. God bless you all. My husband came. I gotta put the grocery away. God bless you all. Until next time. Bye.